Welcome to the Class 6A playoff edition of Varsity. I'm Ryan Aber, joined by Scott Wright. Scott, we just got to look at the brackets. Some interesting things on the boys' side, starting with Midwest City hosting over Southmore.
Yeah, that really is, kind of a little bit of a surprise. They had to make a late move to get that fourth spot and get the host berth. One way or the other, you knew those teams were going to end up in the same regional, which they obviously are, which will make for a good Saturday night game that week. But that's a good move by Midwest City, getting up there into that spot. A big win over Norman North right at the end to maybe help kick them up into that spot. That's an important berth. If you can stay in the winners bracket going into area, that's a really big deal.
And looking at the east side, Norman North's a team that maybe we thought would have to go on the road in the first round. Instead, they're going to host a district or a regional that includes Putnam City North.
Yeah, that's right. Again, just like Southmore and Midwest City, you knew those two teams were probably going to end up in the same regional, and they did. It's another big Saturday night game if those two teams end up playing for a spot in the winners bracket in the next round. But yeah, Norman North, they lost Gary King to an ACL in mid-January, and they've been able to kind of stay afloat. Really tough schedule, but they've hung in there against teams like Midwest City and Southmore that are in that conference. They're still playing good enough to have earned that number 4 seed, and it's going to be some good excitement coming out of that one with Broken Arrow also on that side of the bracket on the east side.
And you move on back to the west side. Putnam City West made some headlines earlier this week, probably for a reason they would rather not, had to forfeit some games. It didn't end up costing them though, as they host.
Yeah, that's right. They go ahead and hang on and get that number 2 seed. I think that the coaches who were aware of the situation understand that this, it wasn't Emmerich Fields, it wasn't Tyler Neal that was involved in any of this. What resulted in the forfeitures. People understood that this team is good enough to earn this number 2 spot, and that's where they deserve to be. Obviously, you had the news come out maybe a week earlier. Maybe things have changed a little bit in some coaches' minds, but this is really what Putnam City West earned to this point. I slipped a little bit there and mentioned Putnam City, but that's what's waiting in the area winners bracket if they get that far. Another Putnam City West showdown, which has been a lot of fun this season.
It's always interesting to watch those two play. Scott, thanks for joining us, and thank you. And check us out every day at newsok.com/varsity for the best high school coverage anywhere.